I mean, what the hell's going on here? And fuck you, Whale Ghanem, asshole. You're the one who caused this. You know, Whale Ghanem, and I know I keep harping on this guy, but he's got blood on his hands. Any one of us did what that asshole did, we'd be tried for treason or we'd be executed. All right? And Whale Ghanem is actually going to be invited because... well, it's a Time Magazine's little gala of most influential people. Because Time Magazine named him the most influential ass clown of 2010. Yeah. And he's actually got a multi-million-dollar book deal called Revolution 2.0. Oh, yeah. It's coming to a bookstore near you. Whale Ghanem. You should look up that idiot. He's got a goddamn Twitter account. And let me tell you, if you got his Twitter account, you tell him I think he's a freaking scumbag, and you tell him that I said that he's got blood on his hands. Stupid moron. Anyway, Obama acknowledging the Muslim Brotherhood. Does that make you feel safer? Does that make you feel safer? I want to hear from you. 949, you're on the horn. What's up?
Well, Ghanem, 2012 president. Yeah.
You don't even know this idiot's name, for Christ's sake, you stumbling, mumbling little jerk. You know what that voice reminded me of? It reminded me of one of those guys that's about probably 14, but he's like 6'8". You know what I mean? He's 6'8". He's got a buzz cut, and, you know, everybody picks on him. He's like that big, humongous oaf. You know what I mean? He's got the deep voice, you know, puberty hit him, and yet you've got some asshole about 3'5", you know, kicking him in the shins, pushing him around in the lockers. You know what I'm saying? That's what that voice reminded me of, in my opinion. 319, what's up? You're on the horn. Jesus Christ, you idiots. 315, you're on the horn.
Dose, your cock throbs in my ass.
Ah, you stupid. Did you hear that? These are stupid kids saying this. Did you hear that, folks? Did everybody hear this stupid little kid, you know, just getting vile, getting sexual, for Christ's sake? This is America, folks. This is America, all right? I mean, I know that there's people in here, they think that this is some put on. This is not a joke. This is the way it is out here. And you know whose fault it is? It's the parents' fault. It's the parents for dumping them off on an illegal alien child care provider. It's the parents' fault for dumping them off on a violent video game. It's the parents' fault for dumping them off on some electronic widget or some violent movie or some ridiculous rap star that they listen to on their goddamn iPad and iPhone and this and all this crap. That's what it is. Where's my drink? Give me my drink, for Christ's sake. Where's my drink, engineer? Jesus Christ. It's downstairs. Well, give me it. Jesus Christ. Let me have a drink of this crap. Oh, man. Nice, baby. Nice. You're damn right it's the parents' fault. You're goddamn right. You hear these kids, for Christ's sake. I mean, where's Mammy? Where's Daddy? Daddy probably ain't around because Mammy decided to hop on the next-door neighbor or, hopped on the milkman or the pizza boy because, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now the kid's sitting out there all alone, probably watching, Nickelodeon, which sucks now anyway, for Christ's sake. I mean, whatever happened to, you can't do that on television. You know what I mean? Whatever happened to those innocent Nickelodeon little programs? Remember that? Pinwheel. It's the Pinwheel. Whatever happened to that crap? It's today's special. Whatever happened to that crap? Anyway, the bad part about it is it's like a 9-year-old kid. All right, a 9-year-old, 7-year-old kid, they're home alone, all right? Home alone. He's calling up, acting like some sexual deviant pervert. Where is Mam? Where is Mammy? She's at happy hour looking for an ethnic minority to give her the goddamn lambada horizontal mambo, for Christ's sake. That's where she is. That's where she is. And this poor little son of a bitch is home alone, for Christ's sake. It's disgusting, man. It's a disgrace. And then we wonder why America's being flushed down the proverbial toilet. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sick, man. Sick. Sick of this crap. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about how Obama, he's recognizing the Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood as a legitimate political faction to negotiate with there in Egypt. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, what's the world coming to out here? Jesus Christ. Let's see who else we got. I'm sorry. I'm jaded, man. I'm jaded. Area code 504. What's up? You're on the horn.
Hey, Ghost. I mean, I am one of those kids. Everything matches what you said back there. But unlike the other ones, I am home alone and all that. But I think that, nobody ever did anything like capitalism or anything. And you're like the guy I listen to every week who's telling me, what I should do. Because, I know capitalism's the right thing and all. And,
it is. And look, I appreciate that, young man. Look, I'm not saying that all young people are listening to me trying to be some jerk dick and trying to be some troll, for Christ's sake, all right? I'm not saying that. I know there's a lot of young people out there that want to be capitalists. They're like, yeah, what am I doing here? I mean, I want to be ahead of the game, I want to be, rich, by the time I'm about 28, 29 years old. All right, I'm about 16, 17 years old. I'm working age. What the hell do I do? What the hell? I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I do this broadcast, for Christ's sake. And what you do is stack your chips, and then once you got your liquid capital, that's what makes you a capitalist, is what you do with that liquid capital. All right? If you're going to go out to the bar and blow it on some bimbos trying to buy them these $12 Mai Tais because they're showing you some cleavage, you're not going anywhere, all right? But if you stack your chips for a couple of years and decide to, take your liquid capital and go out and actually do something with it, make it work for you, and get you more capital, make you more money, well, that's what it's all about, baby. You understand, man? Hey, thanks a lot for calling in, by the way, man. Young kids like you, and the reason why I do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to these stupid, dumb imbeciles. I mean, if you got a single mother who's out there collecting not only the damn entitlements from the government, not only is she going and raiding all these nonprofit organizations for all the help they can give, not only is she going to the church and doing everything that she can get from them, but she's playing the child support lottery system. She's doing all this nonsense, all right? It's time for you to look at that and say, man, that's just not right, That's just not right. I should be raised by a mother, I see it on the TV all the time. I mean, it had to have happened at one point in time where a mom and a father actually cared about their kid. I mean, got together with them on Christmas and, had the meal and, had the cherished memories, that sort of thing. And, yeah, it did happen. But you know what? It doesn't happen anymore because these goddamn broads out here, all right? And I hate to encapsulate every single woman in this category because everybody's going to call me a goddamn sexist. I already see them flapping their fat sausages of fingers on the keyboards right now. But what's unfortunate is the feminist movement, all right? The feminist movement has turned the average, everyday American woman into a subliminal prostitute. And I know that there's going to be some people out here that are going to say, it's the truth, all right? It's the goddamn truth. You notice how every time, if you happen to be in these social settings, let me tell you, I like to go out here to 6th Street, Austin, Texas, you know what I'm saying? I like to live lavish. And one thing I like to do in Austin is, have some pretty good brew, while at the same time observing the social scene out there. I think that anybody who doesn't do anything, just go to a bar, even if it's by yourself, and just observe the scene. And watch how many women, all right, how many women, the first thing that comes out of a woman's mouth in a potential newly developed conversation with a gentleman, what is it? What do you do for a living? What do you do? Not if, hey, are you a rapist? Hey, are you, do you have a record? Hey, do you got any kids? No, what do you do for a living? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is what it all comes down to, all right? This is what it all comes down to, folks. You know, I've got a lot of friends of mine, you know, and I shouldn't even really call them friends. You know, in the business world, when you conduct business, you know, it behooves you to go out and make sure that you know other business folk, all right? And I don't like to call these assholes my friends, because if it came down to a business deal, I mean, I'd be more than willing to, to stomp over this idiot's body to get some profit. You understand what I'm saying? But it's still good to know these people, because, you know, you're going to see them at galas, you're going to see them at events, you're going to see them at certain business ventures, so on and so forth. So I call them acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do. I call them acquaintances. A lot of these acquaintances that are older gentlemen, you know, anywhere between the ages of, 45 to like 70, all right? These guys, believe it or not, they have left their wives, or their wives have left them, because there's this new cougar thing going on, believe it or not. And a lot of these guys have actually lost their wives because they bring home the bacon, and these women just got to sit home and just, worry about, different facial makeups and, worrying about blowing the old man's money. Anyway, they get these divorces, whatever it is, right? And what are these older gentlemen able to score? Well, I mean, these are old windbags that you know and I know can't get it up more than maybe once or twice every 3 months. I'm serious. I mean, old windbags. They're getting these 18, 19, 20-year-old pieces of poontang. I kid you not, man. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You've got these old bastards getting these young dimes out here. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain why. All right? It's not because, these old men, they look so attractive. No. It's not because, these old men, they've got, good, kind hearts. No. It's because they got money. You understand? They've got the capital. And these young women know that if they whack an old wiener every month or so, that lo and behold, they can go out on a shopping spree on an old folks' dime. They can get their bills paid on an old folks' dime. I kid you not. That's the way it is, man. I kid you not. I know people are going to say, that's wrong. That's the bull crap, all right? Bull crap. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Obama recognizing the damn Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood. But anyway, man, I didn't even know. We're already in, Jesus Christ, 12 minutes into the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Spread it around like wildfire that we're on right now, folks, all right? There's all kinds of little buttons underneath the little player that you've got going on there. Use and abuse those buttons, baby. It's Baller Friday. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling great, baby, and I'm living lavish. And if you're a young person out here that's, kind of biting your time with your single dish rag whore of a mother or some scumbag of a father, just bite your time. And once you do and you go out there and work, make sure that every dime that you work for, you make sure that it works for you. All right? All right. Let me go ahead and take some calls here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Let's take some calls right now. Area code 513. You're on the horn. 513. You there? Hello, area code 513. You there? Hey, 513, what are you doing? Are you playing with your Peter Pop, or what are you doing? Jesus Christ, you're taking too long. 518, what's up? You're on the horn.
Hey, what's going on, Ghost?
How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. I know it's a topic that you quite a while ago, but I wanted to hop back on to that ethanol subsidies talk that you hopped on back at the beginning of the show.
Go ahead.
While you said it was hurting America, but isn't it better for America to have a local renewable energy source? I mean, forget about the green aspect of it. Isn't it better for us to acquire our energy from a local source than it is to still